I'm Max Lopez, and this is a Blue Wave. Dmitry Peskov, the spokesman for the Kremlin, has confirmed that Donald Trump sent Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, Abbott COVID-19 machines during the height of the pandemic when many Americans were dying on a day-to-day basis back here at home, and many people were dying because they, in fact, didn't have access to the Abbott machines that Trump sent to Putin. So we're going to look at a Bloomberg article here that really exemplifies and illustrates exactly what the Kremlin is doing with these remarks and how they think the election is going to turn out. But before we do that, please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with someone who's into politics after you're done watching. It helps YouTube take my channel more seriously, spread the word to more and more people. So let's jump over here to Bloomberg, where we have this article that says, Kremlin says President Trump sent Putin COVID tests while president. Kremlin denies phone calls took place after Trump left office. The Kremlin confirmed that former U.S. President Donald Trump, while in office, sent Russian President Vladimir Putin COVID-19 testing devices during the height of the pandemic, as recounted in a new book by journalist Bob Woodward. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said on Wednesday that the tests had been sent, but denied the book's claim that the two leaders had spoken by phone several times since Trump left office. We also sent equipment at the beginning of the pandemic, Peskov said in a written response when asked about the book. But about the phone calls, it's not true. The book from the renowned journalist of Watergate fame reports that Trump, while president in 2020, secretly sent Abbott COVID testing machines to Putin when the devices were scarce, according to CNN. In his statement earlier Tuesday, Trump campaign pushed back on the allegations, saying none of these made-up stories by Bob Woodward are true, and accusing the journalist of bias. So this is really showing exactly how the Kremlin and Putin thinks the election is going to go, and basically that they don't have supreme confidence in Donald Trump's ability to either A, win the election, or B, steal the election. And here's why. Because if you did have supreme confidence that Trump was going to win the election, you would be doing and saying everything that you possibly can to help Donald Trump get elected. And it seems here the statement to make would be very, very simple, would be to outright deny the story, just like they're denying that these phone calls that very likely probably happened didn't ultimately happen. But it's strange to deny the phone calls, but to admit that Trump did in fact send COVID test machines, because you can't imagine that that's something that's going to this story is going to help Trump at all, or help him gain any votes at all, especially with people that were impacted by the COVID-19 virus and maybe unfortunately had some people that they know pass or get very, very ill. Basically, what the Kremlin's doing here is, in the event of Donald Trump losing the election, which it's looking like he's going to, they are hedging their bet by making this statement confirming that Trump sent COVID machines to Russia, because what they'll be able to do is completely dump Trump, right? In the event that he loses political relevance and it becomes clear that he's not going to return to power in this country, what the Kremlin will very, very eagerly do is drop Donald Trump as fast as they picked him up and exchange what they know about Donald Trump, the compronaut, if you will, for information or for other political favors from Harris Walz administration, right? They very well may be keeping what they know about Donald Trump close to their chest. But by admitting this story is true, that Trump did send Putin COVID machines, what they are saying is that Trump is not completely safe from being completely just dumped by the Russians and used for their own political benefit, which Putin's relationship with Trump and his closeness with Trump seems to be totally based on how much benefit that Russia is getting from manipulating him. And we know that Trump is a very easy person to manipulate. The Kremlin knows this, Putin knows this, and this is why they want him back in power so easily, because they could manipulate him to not support Ukraine and not support NATO very, very easily with some of the compromising information that they may have on him. So yeah, it seems that Russia making this statement, admitting that this story is true, they are not confident in Donald Trump's ability to either win or steal this election. And they are, in fact, hedging their bets in case that Trump loses the election, that they are able to drop him off and still exchange some political knowledge or political favors from their the information and relationship that they have maintained with the former president over a period of decades now, right? Who can forget when Trump held his Miss America pageant in Moscow and all of the infamous dastardly deeds that apparently occurred around that event. You know, that happened. You guys can go and look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about there. So that's all I got for you guys in this one. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share with somebody who is into politics. It helps you to take my channel more seriously, spread the word to more and more people, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, have a great one. Peace.